Here we go. Day 48. Um, yeah, sorry about yesterday. Very busy day with my little girl, and yeah, it was pretty hard to try and capture 15 minutes. But here we go. Here we go today. So 48 days, and yeah, 40 days to go, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, it's been tough. It's been a tough week, 10 days or whatever. And I'm not going to deny that. Um, yeah, it's amazing how much how busy one can get as well. In relation to life in general, all the things that you're just trying to. I've been stuck in the kitchen. Just practically. I had some friends over, and their two little ones and stuff, and yeah, just making food. And yeah, I found it okay. I even cooked a roast chicken, organic roast chicken for all the kiddies. That's what they do. So yeah, but it didn't really affect me. Something's definitely shifted. I feel a lot stronger now than I have previously. And my friend was fasting as well today, so that helped, I guess. So yeah, I just wanted to say that it's blessings to friends and stuff, and yeah, I'm in this kind of state of I don't know, something shifted. I feel like something shifted. It was tough. The last 2 or 3 days was really tough. I've been having extreme, uh, extremely graphic dreams, and some of them have been phenomenal, unlike any dreams I've ever had, and they're getting less and less, crazy, I suppose. Last night wasn't so bad, but yeah, they're very graphic and very. I feel like there's a lot of shifting going on in and around the dream time, and then today, I most certainly had something shift. It was like I felt like I'd lost another stone while I was on the toilet, because it was like, oh my God, where the hell is all this coming from, So something was passing, that's for sure, something unusual, and there's no doubt about it, man. There's a clearance happening here. It's we're in a massive clearance sale, and yeah, we're selling to the lowest bidder here. So it's a definite process. I can't imagine what it's like for those that have done the 40 days and 40 nights. Much extreme weight loss, that's for sure. Because I've lost 2 stone. I had a shower um, today, and I glanced at myself in the mirror. I haven't really been looking at myself at all, and man, massive difference in my body weight. But I'm not worried about this. I'll put it back on again. I'm out to eliminate any strange bacterias that is in my gut. People talk about the gut being the first brain or the second brain. Where does our gut feeling come from? Like I'm not a you know I mean, I tipped upon things, in experience, and certainly I read things, and I research ever so occasionally about something. But my main thing really is first-hand experience, and often reading something then in coincidence, seemingly, yeah, which confirms this thing that I'm experiencing. So that's how I feel about my what I'm about to say in relation to the brain. The brain is something to me that, like the mind or whatever they call it, the mind. I don't think this is the same mind as we'll say some of the ancient teachings or Gnostic teachings. In relation to the cosmic mind or the Akashic records, where all information is, and tapping into the source, the cosmos, the universal law. There's a definite program that can be in and around, we'll say, our mind, or through repetition, through color. It's no coincidence, right, that certain foods are wrapped in orange and yellow. Because these are the colors, especially sugary things. The science is there, and there's most certainly a lot of people working round the clock to try and come up with the best packaging for you to buy, particular products, because it's the same thing in nature. Nature wants us to propagate seeds, which is what we would have done, in what the old days, and what still the birds do, it's pretty hard to graft literally graft on mistletoe to an apple tree. This is the job of the birds. The birds eat the berries, they shit on the trees, and they propagate. People have tried to do it manually, physically or whatever, as a person, trying to do the job, and I've recommended that, get yourself some bird shit because it won't work otherwise. So, but who knows, what we were like before the toilet, before the crapper. It was a guy called Mr. Crapper that came up with the toilet. I've noticed the difference as well, lifting my legs up, rather than crouching down while I'm trying to have a poop makes a massive difference, It's not really natural for us, we've gone through tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of years, who knows, crouching down to have a poop. It's still the case in Morocco and India and places like that, which is how they sit down to have a toilet, crouch down. So, there's definitely something in that, but, I just think, I've lost my train of thought. Just in relation to the gut and the brain. The brain itself is something that can be manipulated, if you like, through advertisement. And color, of course, as I said, plays a big part in this. It's there's no doubt about that. The oranges are orange, and lemons are yellow, and apples are green. They're bright colors, reds, because nature wants us to pick those things, eat those things, and then shit out the seeds, so we can propagate and spread that seed around. Nowadays, obviously, we don't even like to get on with eating the seeds, even though, like as I said before, the grape seed extract is curing cancer now, but we like our seedless grapes. My feeling is like, give me back my seeds, man. I want my seeds back in the grapes. It's really hard to find real grapes now, So it's stuff like this, that I find really interesting, because I guess, when I'm having a poop, I almost don't need to wipe my bottom. It's dry. And obviously, this kind of poop is what's every animal is doing in nature, and it's breaking down quite well. We're so ill these days, yes, it's crazy, like what's passing through us, and how much toilet paper we might need in order to clean our butts, because of the how wet it is, because of the amount of sugar and shit food that goes into our system. It's like pretty hard to have a good stool, and having a good stool is a sure sign of healthiness, So watch your stool, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, no, like quite simply, it's interesting, isn't it? There's loads of mechanics coming on, like people are making inventions and stuff like that to deal with our shit problem. But sending it out into the sea, it's not a good thing. It's affecting everything. It's affecting nature, And I just think that dealing with our shit problem, locally is even compost toilets, man. Over the space of a few years, the whole thing breaks down. It's perfect compost, So I don't know what the future is in that, but it's exciting because there's going to be some new shit going to be coming at us soon, with these inventions. So. But yeah, let's get back to the mind and the gut. You see, the mind can be programmed. The mind can be continuously battered with advertisements and distractions and decoys and good salesmen and all the rest of it. And we buy shit that we know is not good for us, because there's color involved or there's science behind it, And there's probably hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of people on the job here in that area. And grand if you're selling something that's healthy, and you've got yourself around the science behind color and stuff like that, and the law of attraction, etc. But anyway, what I'm talking about here now is that the gut plays a big part in we'll say overriding maybe something that's been programmed into your mind or imprinted into your brain, because they say the gut never lies, but our gut is in such a state, these days that perhaps, most people don't they're not even intuitive enough to know the difference, and it creates kind of confusion, and you're so used to the mind that why would you listen to your gut? So therefore, intuition is like second nature, second class brains. It's been degenerated, downgraded. It's secondary, to the what might follow. Those thoughts, and the science saying that the bacteria working in our gut can actually affect our brain. So if that bacteria is basically there, it likes sugar. It's you're going to keep going for that sugar, and you're wondering, hang on a minute, I don't want to do this anymore. Why am I doing this? Why I have no control over this? Because they say that bacteria can control your brain. So the importance of cleaning out your gut, and your organs, like the Gerson therapy or the Gerson Foundation. Well worth looking at Catherine Gerson and that old story of cleaning the kidneys, the liver. The distribution center needs to be cleaned. Otherwise, if it's blocked up, it cannot distribute the minerals that you're taking into your body. And without this working correctly, there's no assimilation that's taking place correctly. So these are very important things. So we need to get that first brain working. The gut, so that we end up making better decisions, and we're able to override the program, which is the thing that's been imprinted into us since we were born, perhaps. So. This is good stuff, in relation to, you got to do your own research in this, As I said, I'm just, tipping the iceberg myself. I'm not qualified to express, what it is I've watched myself, because I've only tipped the iceberg. I've just had a look, I need to watch things a few times. I need to research and study further, and I'm just not there yet. That's just the facts. But I know enough to be on this path, to be doing what I'm doing right now, and it's great, that I'm feeling every day a little bit more shift, and also I want to get myself into a strong state of mind and body and gut and feeling that and just all around strength and energy that I've managed to achieve in this area before. Where I feel like doing things and I'm capable of. I've got the energy to do it, because right now I'm struggling. I'm struggling with how much energy I've got to be able to properly read and study and whatever it is, the daily tasks, and I've got quite a lot of stuff to do as it is, But it's tough. It's tough. It's tough on the mind, because. A lot of people say that fasting is something that you just need to sit still while you're fasting. But I am on a 1 meal a day. I'm not doing the 40 days, 40 nights. That is definitely something that I can understand why you need to sit still, because the stuff being shifted from your your subconscious, yeah, and the stuff this program that's pretty much in there that has us attached to particular ways of living. And the diet that comes with that, and so on, So we all know the crack, and we all know the truth, and it's just a matter of when, we decide to make a move, because none of us want to be, ill while we're older, and this is it. The choice is yours, and that's the way I'm feeling right now. And that's at 48 years of age, on day 48. This is why I'm doing this. I've got to keep reminding myself. So bless your hearts, and peace and love. Speak to you again soon.